I feel like once I learned to say no to people, I could enjoy them more
Yeah.
when I was with them. So
It's I think it's hard, like for me in relating to situations sometimes. It's really hard for me to realize to remember that I'm not actually the Holy Spirit. Like I
yes,
don't have I can leave them at the feet of Jesus
right,
and still do the things that I need to do for my family.
right,
And that loses its focus so quickly when I'm not able to be grounded.
yeah,
Like when I am so busy filling all the needs that I'm not in tune with the Holy Spirit. Like I need to be. It just starts to unravel.
yeah, for sure. But the thing is, I mean, I think that happens to me all the time too, and I just think like God is so gracious though, because every time it unravels, then I'm like, okay, wait, something's not working. Like,
Yeah.
what do
Yeah.
we need to shift here, right?
Well, and the thing is that for me, I will sit down and figure out, okay, so what's a good daily schedule for me right now so that I can actually live and still have my brains. And
Right.
about the time I figure that out, something shifts.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it's so easy for me to take too long to say, oh, something's shifted. Now I have to shift again.
Right.
And so, anyway,
Yeah.
that's life. I guess that's life. That's what keeps us humble.
It is. Another thing, I mean, another thing that helped, I wish I would have thought of saying this, is that I talk to a mentor every week. And that has been so helpful for me, even just to see those patterns. Why are you looking like that?
Wait, what?
You just like landed right on something that I've been thinking about a
Yeah.
lot.
The truth
Oh,
is,
girl. Yeah.
we would both love to have mentors,
Yeah.
but they don't grow on trees.
No, I know. But do you know, like my mentor is someone who I felt like I would never have the nerve to ask her if she would mentor me because I really, really admire her and felt like she would have such good input in my life. And I was just like, I can't ask her because she's too busy. Because like the good people are busy, right? Like the
Yeah.
ones
Yes,
who
they
like,
are.
yes. And the thing that has been good is my husband has also talked to her husband at times, and he told him one time that like Steve was telling him, I feel so bad taking your time, and I know you're so busy. And he said, when he's like, when you get to my age and you see people who are your age and they are investing in the kingdom, you want to invest in them because he's like, I no longer have the energy to do what you're doing, but I want to be a part of it. And if I can listen and if I can encourage you, it's one way that I can be a part of what you're doing. And it has been really, I mean, that's been something I've held on to a lot. And now I just can't even imagine where I would be if I wouldn't have like started asking. And to be honest, the first time I talked to her, it was a desperate moment, and I called her and was like, I've got to talk to someone about this. And then she was like, do you want to just like talk once a month? And I was like, I was crying. I was like, that's not enough. I mean,
Yeah.
Is this somebody local or,
Yeah,
or
I was wondering
relatively
the same
local?
thing.
no, no. And I call her and I hate talking on the phone.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
but like it took me being in a really desperate time to realize like, okay, it's worth pushing through some stuff I hate. And actually I do not mind talking to her on the phone anymore. I still don't like calling other people, but like it's comfortable
Yeah.
by now. So I've been talking to her for years, like 5 years probably, almost every week. Like so
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
And of course, like then I deal with like, I can't believe I'm not paying her. If I would be doing counseling, which I'd be paying $100 every time, or more.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
And then she tells me the same thing. She's like, Christy, I want to pour into you because I know that you're pouring into other women, and um, I just almost take some humility to receive that, to be able to take such a big gift and not to be able to return it, and yet just realizing like, wow, I can receive this gift and share it with other people, and hopefully that it will have impact in the kingdom from there. So
Yep.
anyway,
So I
basically, I'm a huge advocate. Like, just make the call and ask. The worst thing they can do is say no, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
So I actually started recording on Skype now for just a couple of reasons. Because now that we're not officially in the interview anymore, we're loosened up. But also, I'm trying to see. I don't usually use Skype. I usually use Zoom. So,
Yeah.
but I did have one other question myself. That was really good about mentoring for both of us. But and I forgot the other question I was going to ask earlier. Oh, so you and Steve. And I hope there's a positive answer because it'll be really awkward if there isn't. What,
Now I can't wait to hear the question.
what are some ways, if at all, that Steve enables you to serve? And so much of our ministry focus
Yeah.
in more conservative circles is like the wife as the help me enabling the husband to serve. And I understand Steve is involved in ministry too, but you are. So what are things he does that to enable you to do that?
Yeah, that's actually a really good question. And it has been kind of it's been a hard thing for me to grow into this role because I really had to fight through that idea that even just like thinking about what thinking about what I have heard about women who are in leadership and thinking like, well, and I'm not naturally a leader. I don't want to be in a position of leadership. I'd much rather work alongside someone else. And so even when we started, I wanted Steve I was like, hey, let's do this ministry together. And he was like, I mean, that's great, but I can't because I'm already so busy with the work that I'm doing with guys. I can't, but you definitely should do it. The most powerful thing that he has done for me is just like encourage me to do it and point out like the reason that I should, like when I forget, when I think like I have, don't have what it takes to do it. Like he points out like my experience, just saying like, you've done this a little bit at a time. You can just take the next step and do it. But he also, he helps by letting me process through things and giving advice. He's extremely insightful and diplomatic. And so has helped me a lot with like making decisions. But he also does things like in the evenings, sometimes he will have the boys for an evening so I can be out with a mom or spending time with her. And he has done so much of this. Like when I don't have furniture, I will find someone who's giving away furniture on one part of the city and then the mom lives somewhere else. And he will take his truck and trailer and we go pick up the furniture at one house and we take it to a mom and give her a mattress or a couch or whatever she needs. And he has helped me help a mom move from an apartment. He let me use his truck to move a mom out of a shelter. Sometimes I cook dinner and we eat together. And then I run out the door to do something and he washes the dishes and does stuff with the boys in the evening. He does that kind of thing. So I would say like those are some of the first things that come to mind. And also another big thing that he does is simply providing like a good, healthy meal presence. It's something that some of the moms really, really want for their children and even for themselves. Like they just want just to have like a healthy meal role model in their lives. And so him caring about their lives, having them over, like we have people over for a meal and just having people as part of our family. He just like supports the ministry even in that way.
Well, thank you. We won't take much more of your time, although you guys are welcome to talk as long as you want.
I'm supposed to take my kids to school tomorrow, remember?
Thanks again for all your time, Christy, and blessings on your ministry.
Fun. Thank you so much.
It was good to hear from you.
Thank you. Good talking with y'all.
Take care.
Okay, bye.
Bye.